Have you ever wasted time looking for a Malayalam film on Netflix only to find hardly anything? That's because when it comes to Malayalam movies and Netflix, the options are limited. So which streaming platform is the best place for Malayalam movies? Welcome to the Pan India project. My name is Rohan and today I'll be taking a look at the different OTT platforms for Malayalam movies. I'm currently subscribed to 4 of these OTT platforms, but with one of these platforms, there's a catch. Just a little side note. Now, I'm based in the UK, so with the types of movies that we get, it might vary from region to region. But before we talk about any individual OTT platform, let's address the elephant in the room. Because when it comes to Malayalam movies and OTT platforms, you'll find some movies which have no subtitles. Which is annoying, right? There'll be classics like Mani Chitrataram, but when you go to watch it, there is no subtitles for the film. However, one of the OTT platforms that I'll talk about does have subtitles for this film. So if you do want to watch Malayalam movies on OTT platforms but don't understand the language, what do? You can't purely rely on one subscription. You'll have to get a combination of 2, maybe 3. But let's kick this streaming wars off with the big 2 streaming platforms. Let's start with Netflix. Spoiler alert, for Malayalam films, Netflix is not the choice for you. So let's take a look to see what Netflix has, because when I type in Malayalam movies on Netflix, let's see what comes up. Wow, yeah, there is not much. First of all, the of Bollywood turns up. So why is that there? Marisan, which was actually a Tamil film, that's there. I mean, okay, you have, where was it? There is, oh, there's, where, honestly, like, I'm just going through it. Okay, you have a Mammootty one, CBI 5, The Brain, that's there. But looking at this, oh, look, Jano Gana Mana, there's there. But other than this, look, you have films like Leo coming up. So the options are limited, but I must say with Netflix, there's one Malayalam movie that you have to watch on there, which of course is Mineral Muli. Now, if you've watched superhero movies, you've watched Lokah Chapter 1, then definitely go watch Mineral Muli, because honestly, for me, in terms of Indian cinema, that is the best superhero film we have. It was really good. So maybe if you want to watch a film on Netflix, or you already have Netflix, then watch Mineral Muli. But yes, on one hand, you do have Mineral Muli, but you'll realize that there's no Mohanlal movies on Netflix, which is crazy, right? How many films has he done? And did he not just win the Dada Seb Palke Award? So this icon, essentially, of Malayalam cinema is an award winner, but when it comes to Netflix, they haven't put any of his films out. So clearly, Netflix is not the one for Malayalam movies. Now, if we look at the cost of the streaming platform on a monthly basis, here in the UK, it costs £12.99. So it is on the pricier side, and you're not really getting that value for money when it comes to these Malayalam movies on Netflix. Now, let's move over to the second big OTT platform, which is Prime Video. With Prime, I will say this, it is definitely better than Netflix. Now, with Prime Video, you have the more recent movies. I mean, you have Avesham, Katil Decor, but you also have classics. I mean, Spider-Cam's on there. You also have seasons. But if we actually take a look to see what other films are here, let's just see. Okay, so you have, oh, see, there's a big one, Drishyam 2 on Prime Video. So you have that. I'm just having, what else is there? Oh, there's one called Hello Mommy, Cold Case. I mean, you have Lucifer, so worth watching. But the thing is, with Lucifer, the sequel is on a different platform. Also, you have hashtag home here. Also, you have another classic, Oral CBI Diary Karupu. Now, I have watched this on Prime as well. Recommend it. But there are way more options on here. But here's the thing. Once again, with Prime Video, with Manish Chitrataram is also on there. Now, if I go onto it, there's no subtitles. So once again, this whole subtitle problem, you're going to get films on Prime too where there's no subtitles. But the catch is with Prime Video, because to get the most out of Prime, you can't just rely on the subscription for Prime alone. Now, here in the UK, they offer us 2 additional subscriptions. One is Euros Now, the other one is Simply South. So to get the full value out of this streaming platform, you need to ideally subscribe to both Euros Now and Simply South, because all the films, won't be available to watch without all these extra subscriptions. But if we look at the total cost, now it's £8.99 for Prime, then it's £3.99 for Euros Now, and finally for Simply South it's £4.99, which brings a total cost of £17.97. Yeah, that is quite a lot just for one streaming service. But between the two I've talked about already, Amazon Prime is the better one. You will get more movies, but it's the price which could put you off. Now, let's take a look at our third streaming platform, which is Sunnex. Now, let's take a look, because for me, when it comes to convenience with this platform, it's easier to find the Malayalam movies because it's separated by actor as well, which just makes it a lot easier when you don't know what to watch and you have that actor in your mind that you want to watch this actor's film, that actor's film. So you can just do it by that. So let's take a look to see. So I'm using the app on iPhone as well. So first of all, off the back, like the fact, well, they have this option where you can filter it by language. So Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, whichever language you want. So if we go onto the Malayalam section, let's see what comes up. So number one, clearly for looking for a film, this is the better option. So newly added movies, there's a section for that. Blockbuster Vault, Unstoppable Women. So which is a good thing because at least they're showing us that there are these women-centric films, women like where the woman maybe is the star of the film. So they've got that section for you celebrating the stars. So now, yes, see, you have this whole kind of thing for actors, action, crime, action, drama, courtroom hits, action blaster. Oh, Raja Manikam's there, but it will tell you, like here, it's got all SD. There will be a little bit which says sub, so this won't have subtitles pretty much. You also have 2020 on there as well. No subtitles by the looks of it. But if we go to a newer film on this list, let's say, oh, there's a Mammootty one which is free actually, free. Abara Minte Shantatikul. I might have just butchered that completely, but this one, it says there's subs. So there will be the films that do have the subtitles on here, and there won't be. I mean, also there is Chota Mumbai on that. It's definitely one to watch. It re-released this year. Does it have subtitles? No. It was also free as well. So yeah, if you understand the language, then watch this film, right? I mean, yeah, this one's available. You have old films, you have newer ones on Sunnex, but just once again, do I need to explain the whole dilemma with subtitles? And let's just talk about the price because it is cheaper than the big two. But the cost is broken down. There's two options, monthly and annual. And also they have premium and basic. Now, the main difference between these two is the premium one is ad-free. So now, for the basic package, monthly package, this will cost you £3.79, and annually, this would cost you £24.99. But if we look at the premium package, this will cost £4.99 a month. And if we look at the annual package, this will cost £35.99. So technically, this is a lot cheaper than the first two I've just talked about. But if I had to pick one for now, out of the three, I would still go with Prime Video. Just the fact that there is a wider range, the new and old movies. But I think when it comes to subtitles, Prime is your better bet. But we got more to talk about, and will Prime still remain as the best one through this video? Let's move to one streaming platform which I would describe as the wild card in this whole streaming OTT platform war, because this one is sonyliv. This platform does have films from this year such as Alapura Gymkhana, Rekra Chitram, also Tavina Thomas's Narivetta. But if we take a look at the app, here there's power-studded movies. Also, let's see what there is. They have Lucifer, but guess what? It's the Hindi one. It's dubbed. Don't. For me, I prefer to watch in the original language, so I wouldn't really click on that. But maybe you would. So there is an option for dubbed movies, clearly, right? Here, there is a section for Malayalam movies. So let's click on that. And you do have, see, you even have Marco. So if you're into action, into violence, Marco is there. Brahma Yugam. Now, let me tell you, I think this app is worth paying for just to watch Brahma Yugam. Trust me. If you can get over the fact that it is black and white, it is a really good film, Definitely recommend it. So I think this app is worth it for that film. Then you'll probably watch more films, but you have 2018 on here. What else do you have? You have one Bhutakalam. So there are films here, but there is a small selection here. So altogether on this app, from what I've counted, you have a total of only 42 movies. So yes, it's clearly a very small range of Malayalam movies on this platform, but I feel like if you want to watch these movies, it's probably worth getting this subscription for 1 month or 2 months. Then just binge them all, and that's all your films pretty much done on the app. Obviously, in the future, they might add some more. You'll get the newer ones, but for now, maybe start off with this. So, in terms of cost of sonyliv, monthly, this would cost you £7.99, but there's also an annual option which would cost £36.99. Now, this is clearly way cheaper than Prime Video. I mean, what did I say? Around £17 for Prime a month. You could get this for a year, and you're basically paying what, 2 or 3 months, like just over 2 months worth of Prime for a whole year of sonyliv. So which option would you go for? Now, moving over to one streaming app I haven't used is Manorama Max. All right, here we go. Movies. Let's see what there is. All right, they have one. Circuit. So there are movies here. There's a highly recommended section, trending now, comedy, thriller, romance. So they have, the genres here. Crime. Is there any free ones? Oh, see, Big M Classics, watch for free. So Mohanlal Mammootty. Now, if I click on one of these films, what's going to happen? Let's just click on this one, Naya Sub. Oh, see, it just takes me to this page. So is it free or is it not? I'm paying for it, but then it says free movies, hey? So I don't know about this. I don't personally see myself getting this app down the line. Yeah, that's all I would say from this one. And if we do look at the price option, there is only literally an annual cost. It's not even a monthly cost or anything. So on the app of Manorama Max, it says that the international iOS yearly plan, $34.99. So there's only the option for an annual subscription here. I mean, it's still not bad for the price, potentially, but for what you're getting, yeah, I don't see myself getting this app. So that's one that I wouldn't recommend. The next streaming platform is the cheapest one. This one only costs $2.99, which is actually cheaper than your McDonald's meal. Like, come on. How many streaming platforms are charging that much? But is it worth it? Let's take a look. So this app is Sign Up Play. Now, if we take a look on this app, so there's an option, popular movies. Also, it does say here, free movies. There's a few on this list. Mohanlal Mammootty. Oh, see, so there are some free ones. Again, Manichitrataram. Let's check. Does it have subtitles? Ready? Once again, does not have subtitles. So again, subtitles is a bit of an issue. Now, there was one film I did find on this app which had English subtitles, which was Punjabi House. Now, for the price, I mean, why did I get this one in the first place? Maybe it was the price, oh, $2.99. Fine, whatever, right? So maybe if you understand the language, then this one could be one to just have extra. It's only $2.99 a month. Don't have that extra McDonald's meal that costs a coffee. Maybe use it for this. Keep this one. Whenever you feel like watching one without subtitles, this could be the platform. But wait, this whole time, there's one platform I have not talked about at all. And it's a free one, which is available to be accessed around the world, essentially, right? Which is, of course, YouTube. So technically, this is the cheapest one because obviously it's free. But there's a catch with the whole ads thing. But a free platform with movies. But what's the options? And will they have English subtitles? Let's open up YouTube. Let's type in Malayalam full movies. I'm going to add English subtitles to this. There's a playlist. 107 in this. Whoa. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a big playlist. Also, Bangalore Days is on here. Does this actually have English subtitles though? There is subtitles on this. So there's a classic, one of my favorite films. So there's that. Also, Christian Brothers, it looks like. I did save some. Yeah, Christian Brothers is on there. What's the subtitles like? Yep, English subtitles. Also, because I have some on my watch later. There's also Runway as well. Kumbalangi Nights also. So YouTube is a good free option. Well, clearly. I mean, there are films, English subtitles. So maybe if you want to start somewhere, you don't really want to pay anything, just start on YouTube, watch the YouTube movies, then think about going on to an OTT platform. But finally, let's move over to the OTT platform, which I think is hands down the best option for Malayalam movies, which is Hotstar. For me, this is my favorite one. Also, I watch Bangalore Days on there with subtitles. Now, remember when I spoke about earlier OTT platforms, the fact that the iconic Manichitrataram, the OG Bulbalaya, had no subtitles when it comes to watching this film. But if you go on Hotstar, there is the option for English subtitles. So that solves that one. And let me just say this is probably the only platform I've seen which has the OG Mohanlal Drishyam. Yes, I mean, Prime had Drishyam too, but this has the first Drishyam. So if you haven't watched it, watch it, right? I mean, if you've watched the remakes or whatever, go and watch the original. Go and watch the original one on Hotstar. Also, if we do take a look at movies available on here, you have L2 Emperor on here. You have Mohanlal. Oh, you also have Premalu on here. You have, look, one of the latest films, Hridiya Purvam, available to watch now. So the options of new films, of old films like Hridiya Purvam, you also have Bangalore Days. The option is really good on here. And I think you also see Padakalam, Manjamal Boys is on Hotstar as well. For me personally, Hotstar is the best app. You have these movies. Yes, Mani Chitrataram does have subtitles. You have Manjamal Boys, you have Bangalore Days. This is probably the best value because even if you look at the price of Hotstar, it's £5.99 a month, but annually it will cost £49.99 a year. So for value for money, this is the best. For subtitles, I would probably go with this one as well. Even the newer movies like Hridiya Purvam, Empuran, you have them here. So this is probably the best one. And also remember, I mentioned Ojri Drishyam. So for me, Hotstar is the best app. But going forward, at the start, I did say, right, you can't really just rely on one of these apps. Yes, Hotstar is the best one. But if you're looking for films that it doesn't have on there, where are you going to watch them? So if you are a fan of Malayalam cinema or want to watch more Malayalam movies, the way to go about it, now remember this, so I would say YouTube free. Watch movies on YouTube. And I would say get the subscription for sonyliv for 2 months. Binge all the Malayalam films on there because remember, the selection is not too many, right? I think I said, what, 42 movies? Binge that if you have the time in 2 months, maybe 1 month, 2 months. Just stay on that app, watch all the movies on that app, then go on to Hotstar, watch the Malayalam movies on there. But you know what? Even talking about upcoming movies that we've got, and where they could go on OTT platforms. Let's look at Lokah Chapter 1, right? Because it's going to be this big universe, right? Is it 5 films they've already written? So if I was a streaming platform, I would think, how much money could I offer DQ's film production, like Wayfair Films and stuff, to get the films on one streaming platform? Because look, if you look at Drishyam 2, they're on separate platforms, right? So for me, for a streaming platform, if you want to have that USP, I would say make a deal where is I will buy the streaming rights for all 5 movies. I pay what, 200 crore, whatever. Maybe that's not enough for all 5, especially considering how well the first one's doing, and that's only the first film. So maybe pay, even if you want to go big, 500 crore, 5 films, 100 crore a movie. I want the rights to all 5 movies. So then that universe is exclusive only to one streaming platform, which would be such a good bonus for one streaming platform. Because let's say Netflix take the rights for Lokah Chapter 1, then people are just going to stay on there and want to watch the whole universe. And then you have Minra Muli too. So superhero movies for Malayalam cinema can just be attached to that one platform, which would be genius of Netflix. But who knows? And where do you think Lokah Chapter 1 will end on streaming platforms? I mean, how do you feel like these streaming platforms are handling Malayalam cinemas? Because we've talked about the options, right? We've talked about the fact that subtitles are a big kind of thing which will potentially put off people from going onto those platforms to watch these films. So is there anything that they could do better? Yes, it's just getting the correct subtitles for these films, because that will just add a more of an international audience, right? I mean, obviously there's people out there that don't need the subtitles, that can understand Malayalam. So for them, streaming platforms, they have a bit more choice when it comes to watching the various OTT platforms. But when it comes to people like me and other people that don't really understand the language, I am learning, by the way, just so you know. But when it comes to us, the range gets cut, right? there's not as many movies. But to sum everything up, go on YouTube, download sonyliv for 2 months, then go on Hotstar, and that would be your guide for Malayalam OTT platforms.